Copyright disclaimer. Under Title 17 U.S.C. Section 107, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Okay, so this comes from Artificial Intelligence Overview, which I think is viewed through Google, perhaps Wikipedia. Let's see, what is this icon? Yeah. In Scientology and ethics handling, I want everyone to keep in mind LAPD, Boston PD, Chi-Town PD, Clearwater PD, that what I am about to present here applies to children as well. It's pertinent, it's valuable, it is also unlawful. It's a fact. In Scientology, an ethics handling refers to a disciplinary process where a member, which can be a child, is confronted and interrogated about perceived ethical violations, often under intense pressure from ethics officers, which, by the way, often happen to be children, and peers, with the goal of forcing them to acknowledge their transgressions and reaffirm their commitment to the church by making amends. How many times have we heard about that? Nathan Rich talks about it in his book. Jenna Miscavige talks about it in her book. Liz Gale, I think, maybe mentioned that in her book. All of the children Scientologists went through that and still do, with the goal of forcing them to acknowledge their transgressions and reaffirm their commitment to the church by making amends and changing their behavior. This is a core part of Scientology's internal justice system, with strict policies. Policies, by the way, that are unlawful, dictating how such handlings are conducted. LAPD, are you starting to see the reason why there are so many blue-asides of the child Scientologists? It's public record. Handlings are conducted, including reporting procedures and potential consequences for violations. Key points about Scientology ethics handling. Reporting system. Scientologists are encouraged to report any perceived ethical breaches by other members, including colleagues, friends, or even family, to ethics officers within the church. By the way, oftentimes the ethics officers are children. Another illegality. Knowledge reports, otherwise known as KRs. A common type of ethics report where a person details another member's actions that they believe contradict Scientology principles or policies. Confession and amends. During an ethics handling, the individual is expected to fully confess their wrongdoing and outline steps they will take to rectify the situation, often including apologies to those affected. Nathan Rich went over this over and over and over in his book. Disconnection. In extreme cases, if a Scientologist is deemed to be too far gone in their ethical violations, they may be subject to disconnection, meaning they are expected to sever ties with other Scientologists, including family members. That includes children. Overt acts and withholds. Scientology doctrine classifies actions considered unethical as overt acts, like a sin, and information withheld about such acts as withholds, which must be fully disclosed during an ethics handling. Criticisms of Scientology ethics handling. Coercive tactics. Critics, questioners, argue that the pressure applied during ethics handlings can be highly manipulative and lead to false confessions or harmful self-criticism. Doesn't that also happen in the LAPD? Haven't we heard stories of victims of LAPD? Privacy concerns. The extensive reporting system within Scientology raises concerns about the potential for abuse, in violation of personal privacy. Social isolation. The threat of disconnection can be used to control members and discourage them from leaving the church. So that's it, you guys. In order to find that, all you have to do is put ethics handling policy in the Google search bar and it'll come up. Peace.